Ernesto Sabatos the tunnel, we are turning to a creepy tale of possession and madness. The plot follows Juan Pablo Castel, an tormented painter whose infatuation with Maria leads to a tragic end. Set in Buenos Aires, the novel characters, particularly Castel and Maria, are deeply complex, adding layers to the story. Sabatos' narrative method immerses us into Castel's turbulent mind, exploring themes of obsession, jealousy, and human craziness. Throughout Castel's perspective, we witness a profound examination of essential themes, human isolations, and the irrationality of human mind. The tunnel transcends a mere psychological thriller, developing into the depths of human nature and challenging us to confront our own inner demons. Book that rears exploration, the writer, the reader, and the text point over unique perspectives that enrich our understanding of the novel. Sabato, drawing from his background as a psychiatrist turned writer, emphasizes the narrative with a profound insights into human psychology and existential themes. As readers engage with the story, they bring their own experiences and interpretations, eliciting varied reflections on themes of human condition. Through the text itself, the narrative structure and characters' development provide a unique lens into the human side, challenging perceptions and reality. By exploring these three areas, the writer's intent, the reader's interpretation, and the text narrative, we uncover the intrinsic layers of the book and delve into its profound psychological depths. Cultural understanding questions provide a lens through which we can unveil the profound themes in The Tunnel by Ernesto Sabato. By exploring concepts like identity and culture, we delve into Juan Pablo Castel's introspection and the society influences shaping in his actions. For instance, Castel's declaration, "It will be enough to say that I am Juan Pablo Castel, the painter who killed Maria," sets the stage for an exploration of individuality and alienation. On the other hand, in relation to the following quote, the phrase "all times past were better" does not indicate that fewer bad things happened before, but rather that happily people cast them into oblivion. These conceptual understanding questions help readers dissect the nuances of such statements within the novel.
These talks allowed us to better understand the book by guiding us through their main concepts. In other words, the main concept of each TED Talk could be defined within the reading. For example, in the case of the TED Talk about controlling your own thoughts, this talk focuses on that aspect and how to achieve this. The speaker says that each person is free to decide what they think. Therefore, when Castel comes to the conclusion that Maria is using her husband, this becomes Castel's reality or choice. On the other hand, the other TED Talk is about magic realism and embracing absurdity with Latin America. The guy from the talk mentions that when a character is placed within a Latin world, instead of an artificial American world, the absurdity of Latin America can be found. For example, the entire story of The Tunnel revolves around an obsessed painter. The painter does all sorts of crazy stuff that eventually lead to a random woman being killed by him. This whole set of circumstances seems to match the absurdity that the video mentions.
In The Handmaid's Tale, Offred uses language as a tool for resistance and connection, while in The Tunnel, Castel employs language to justify his actions and maintain a sense of superiority. One example of Offred using language to resist and assert her individuality is when she reflects on her situation, stating, "I keep going with this sad and hungry and sordid, this limping and mutilated story, because after all, I want to hear it." This quote showcases Offred's determination to share her story despite the oppressive regime she lives under. On the other hand, Castel, in The Tunnel, uses language to isolate himself and justify his actions. An example of this is when he rationalizes his behavior, saying, "I had to kill him. I had to kill him." This quotation illustrates Castel's internal dialogue where he justifies his violent actions, highlighting his self-centered and delusional mindset, and the sense of isolation. Offred experiences physical isolation in the restricted society of Gilead. An example of this is when she describes her confinement, stating, "A rat in a maze is free to go anywhere, as long as it stays in the maze." This quote vividly captures Offred's feeling of being trapped and controlled within the confines of her environment. Lastly, the difference in agency between Offred and Castel is evident in their actions. Offred is a victim of circumstance, as seen when she reflects on her lack of control, stating, "We were the people who are not in the papers. We lived in the blank white spaces at the edge of the print." This quote emphasizes Offred's powerlessness and invisibility within the oppressive society of Libya.